Oh, hey everybody, Cooking with Cory video here. My internet is down, so I'm doing this over my regular cell connection. So hopefully this video works all right. So anyway, the title of today's recipe is What's in the Fridge, because I know before I went on vacation I had a whole bunch of vegetables in there and I'm not quite sure how good they still are. So one of the good things about vegetables is you can make soup, and it doesn't matter if the vegetables get a little squishy or a little bendy or a little, you know, not perfect, because you're gonna boil the freaking snot out of them, so they're gonna cook up. Alright, so let's see what we got in here. Oh yeah, we got a whole plethora of vegetables, and they don't look too bad. I don't see any mold jumping right out of the bag at me, so I think we should be good. Alright, so we have a giant pile of bags of vegetables right now. What else do we got in here? Yeah, we'll worry about the dry vegetables anyway. So, one of the good things about vegetable soup is all you really need is water and vegetables and a little bit of some kind of stock. Now, you don't have to, like if you have this groovy onion stuff, you can throw onion stuff in there to make it a little bit thicker. Hey, you ate, go away. Stop it. The cat's acting like he's starving to death. You just ate, go away. Big old tubby cat, need to lose weight anyway. And so, anyway, where were we? Oh, so, and any kind of spices. Like, you want to throw any kind of dry stuff in there, just throw the dry stuff in there. We got all kind of, it's soup, man. Soup is made to be how you want soup to be. Throw some good stuff in there. You got some basil, we got some parsley, we got a little bit of everything going on in there. Yeah. Oh, yeah, if you want to tune it up a little, throw some cayenne. I'm not going to put cayenne in there because Rachel's probably going to eat some of this and she won't like that. Some thyme, parsley, sage, rosemary, and thyme. Except rosemary sucks unless it's on lamb, so I would not put rosemary in anything. What else do we got? Yeah, see, I got that rosemary just in case, but I am not going to use it. I won't. Marjoram is good in some soup. What do we got here? Oh, little coriander seed, just a little bit of that. Not a whole lot. Nutmeg, not so much. Turmeric. This is good because it... I don't know if it's skipping on me or not. Anyway, let's see if the power outage has come back to repair. That water's got to boil anyway, so it's going to take a little while. I'm going to put you guys up here for a second. Actually, here, you can look at my G.I. Joe doll collection. Oh, there's Gunny Army. Too bad Gunny passed away. Anyway, I'll just leave you guys up here for a minute. Let's see what we can do here. The power outage jacked up my internet. Oh, come here. Follow this up, follow this up. Alright, stick you in there. What you got? What you got going on in there? There we go. Oh, sweet. Okay, well. Alright. So, while everything's coming up, maybe my internet will get better and I won't be on my phone, so just use an LTE. Well, nobody's on. Everybody must still be at work. Anyway, oh well. So, some other hobbies of Cooking with Cory does. Here's my mini painting. So I've been painting minis for my friends that I game with. Alright. Alright, so where were we? We're making soup, right? Okay, let's put this back here. Look at all that. Look at all them spices, man. Got a little bit of everything right there. A little bit of everything. Is there anything I want? Ooh. This is good if you're going to use a lot of squash or really squishy stuff, because you can kind of put some dill in there and make it a little bit, it kind of brings out that flavor. You don't want to use curry. Curry is very strong. If you throw curry in there, you might as well just make a curry, throw some rice in there, and just go all out and make a curry. Paprika, I'm going to throw some of that in there because I like it. Not so much on the liquid stuff. Oh, another thing that's good that you can do is we what you can do is if you take your veggies and you saute them first, like cut them up really fine, and then throw them in a pan, saute them up and make them soft and like get that buttery and that cooked flavor. Or you could throw them in the oven and you can bake them first with olive oil and a little bit of spices. The different ways that you put the veggies in your soup makes the soup taste differently. So I'm just gonna go with the raw veggies because I'm lazy and I'm hungry, so I just want to get this stuff cooking. But you can do however you want. It's your food. Make it how you like. Let's see. I used to have some vegetable base, but I don't think I have it anymore. I think I am going to be trapped with chicken, which is not a bad thing, or beef. What do I got here? Oh, I got chicken or chicken. I'll have the chicken. Alright. Let's see. These aren't opened yet. You know, you can use whatever. These are Kroger. These are Weiler's. You want to use one, if you're using these little ghetto cubes, you want to use one for about every cup of water that you have in there. I have a lot of water in here. So I'm going to use at least 6 of these. Although I know, well, I might as well use 7 because there's only one. Go big or go home, right? Put that right there. All right. So we got, oh, dang it, I forgot. All right. There we go. All right, now we're cooking with gas. All right, so we got the gas going on here. So Adam said that he and his wife aren't getting the invites anymore. So I was like, well, it's probably because I haven't been making videos that you're not getting the invites. It's not a lack of, it's not anything that they did on their end. It's probably because I have been very busy and doing things, so I haven't had time to make videos. And I've been eating the crap out of some pizza. So these are annoying and a pain in the butt to peel. If you have the paste stuff, which I do have, I had the beef paste. Yeah, whatever, too late. I already started with chicken. We're going with chicken. But anyway, if you do have the beef makes the vegetable broth a little bit stronger. And it may be because I only have 6 of these and I have about 2 liters of water in here, which is not equal. So yeah, it's basically like 2.5 quarts of water in there, maybe 3, and it may be a little weak, so I might have to throw some beef broth in there just because we want it to have a little flavor. But you know, if you're looking at calories or salt, they're all pretty much the same. This has a butt ton of sodium in it. These little cubes. It's funny, my daughter used to eat these out of the jar. She would just pop them in her mouth and suck down a thing of them. And I know some of my daughter's friends watch this, so yeah, Sierra used to suck on beef cubes and chicken cubes. She also used to eat the ramen noodles plain without cooking them, and would just leave the spice packets laying around, which was quite annoying when you went to go get some ramen noodles and there was no noodles, just a bunch of little spice packets. All right. Got a happy little beef cube, or chicken cubes, excuse me. It's taking forever to peel these bad boys. So this video may go a little longer than 20 minutes. Nobody's watching anyway, so I guess it doesn't really matter. So, little note is, if you're going to fancy yourself a home repair do-it-yourself guru, and you have a bitchin' set of tools like I do, and you think you know how to do everything, or you can learn how to do it from watching YouTube, kind of like you guys are doing now. If you ever have to take your toilet off and replace the toilet donut, one, buy a polyurethane donut. I smushed a wax one. You cannot reset the toilet once that wax is smushed. So if you are like me and you say, dang, I might have messed that up and I want to check, it's too late. Wax is gone. So, just some randomness, letting you know. All right. Let's see what we got. Oh, this feels like that is a squash, and it has a big, yucky bad spot in it. So, we'll get our knife out. Rachel's on vacation, so she's not going to see this, hopefully. So I'm going to cut that up. Not the bad part. I'm going to cut all the bad out of the vegetables. That's the thing. You can use the bad vegetable, because the whole vegetable is not bad. Just the spot is bad. You peel it out. Like if you don't throw the whole potato away because it's got a little dark spot. You get your little potato thing, and you take that dirty spot out, and you cook the potato. Right? Right. So you don't want to waste. We don't want to waste things. All right, but yeah. So this is still good here. I'm gonna make very generous like leaving. So see, it's still safe. I'm not gonna cut any closer to that bad spot than I need to. See, safe. The bad spot is all gone. I'm throwing that away. All right. Now the good thing about making soup. So you guys need to see this a little bit more. Oh, somebody is watching now. Probably Rachel, and she's gonna call me and say, "I'm not eating that soup because I saw you cut that bad thing up." Anyway. So the good thing about making soup, if you want to, you can put all this weird, wacky stuff in there, the ends and stuff, because it's not going to hurt anything. You're going to cook it up, and you can pick it out at the end, but just have it in there for some more flavor. But you don't have to. Also with soup, you want to try to leave the pieces fairly large, especially squash. So what happens is if you throw these zucchini squash in there and you cut them into little cubes, you get little cubes of mush. So yeah, we don't want mush cubes. So we'll put out the 3 little tiny pieces of zucchini in there, because that's all that really ended up being savable out of that. We have our summer squash. Now the good thing about summer squash is this stuff lasts forever, man. Like, it's got a couple of freckles, but those aren't bad. Like if you push on any of this, all it is bad. It doesn't rub off. It's just some Mars in the skin. So these are very good. I think the reason that people got these is because they would collect them and they last a long time. And you could eat them like all summer long after you picked them. Another note is if you do grow your own veggies and your own squashes and your own zucchinis and stuff, letting them get to like that super miracle grow, like freaking John Holmes size, is not good. Do not do that, because when you let them get that big, it's mostly water, so you're hosing yourself out of the nutrients that would be in there, and the taste is going to be suffering from letting it get so huge. So you don't want no huge vegetables. But you can see these are all still good, perfectly good little summer squash. Throw those in there. All right, what's in here? Oh, broccoli. Oh, we're gonna chop up some broccoli. Chopping broccoli. Anybody who used to watch Saturday Night Live in the 80s would understand that reference. If you didn't, YouTube it. It's funny. Oh, not that in the sink. All right. Again, with broccoli, I'm going to cut this little nub off just because it's the bad part. Air quotes, bad. It's a bad part, so I'm going to throw that away. But if you were like, starving Ethiopian and you needed to eat something, you could eat that totally. And you can see like broccoli, I got one little bad piece here, so I'm going to cut that out. I'm not going to eat that. These are all, you can eat these. These are fine. They're just leaves, but I'm going to throw them away. I'm going to cut the trees. Okay. And I'm just going to throw this whole hunk in there. I'm going to break it up into some pieces. We're going to put broccoli in there. Okay. Now the good thing is a lot of these vegetables are going to get soft and they're going to squish up and they're going to, so you're probably thinking like, dude, how the heck are you going to eat that? That's like going to be chomping on a huge root. Well, not really, because they're going to get squishy. That's what I'm saying. Cut them bigger than you think they need to be to put them in the soup, because they will get squishy. And although these don't necessarily look bite-sized right now, let's clean that off of there. We don't want that little guy right there. We don't want that little guy right there. So, they may not look bite-sized now, But after they cook up and they boil, they'll be squishy and slimy, and they'll go right in your mouth. Well, not slimy. Slimy's not a condition that you want your vegetables to be in. But usually when there's slime on something, that means it's not good anymore. Get rid of it. All right. All right, so here's some asparagus. Now, asparagus soup is really good. It's usually a cream soup, though. I'm not going to be making a cream soup. I'm making a stock-based soup. So pretty much all my asparaguses is just gonna turn into asparagus goo, because anybody who's ever eaten asparagus before knows that, like, when you cook asparagus, it gets really soft. So again, they don't need to be super tiny little pieces, because if you do, you're just gonna make like a puree in there, and it's gonna look like you're boiling a vat of entrails or something. Oh wait, there's a bad one. We don't want that guy. See, gotta pay attention. That's a bad guy. We don't want that bad guy right there. We'll cut the butt nubs off of all these little guys too. All these little butt nubs going away. See, they're not necessarily bad, but again, like I said, you don't want to eat all. That's the hard, dense, chunky piece of the stock. And even after that has been boiled a bunch, it'll still be like trying to chaw, through a piece of paper or something. Alright, so yeah, that one's no good. Let's get rid of that. Flap, 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 flap. Alright. I did rinse all these, so they are clean. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to take a lot of these tops and just throw them away, because they're too squishy. And what happens is when you boil the asparaguses like this, you end up getting all these little seed pieces fall off everywhere. As I just threw that in the soup anyway, but whatever. Oh, excuse me. Yeah, that's a good bite-sized piece right there. Little bite-sized pieces here. Little bite-sized piece. I wonder who's watching. I see somebody's watching. No thumbs up yet, but... Oh, that piece goes in the sink. Slimy, no slimy. Alright, so we'll give her a little check in here. I'm trying to bring this up to a hard boil. The reason we want it to hard boil is because we're trying to get those dense chicken cubes to break up. So we want that sucker to boil up. My poor little sick carrots are like, oh, we're all floppy carrots. We're like over 50 and we need Viagra. Ah. But anyway, cut the ends off. Cut the bases off. And then we cut these up into a little bit bigger than bite size carrots. Over there. Bag away. It's a good way to clean out the refrigerator too. When you're single and you have a lot of crap that coagulates in your fridge. Ooh, look at that pepper's beautiful. Not a mar on it. So I can't give Kroger that. Like, dude, when you buy some produce at Kroger, it usually lasts a long time. And maybe what you didn't know is, like, if you buy some stuff at Kroger and you bring it home and it's bad, you can take it back and they'll give you your money back. Like, I bought strawberries there before, and it was my fault. I didn't really check it before I got home. But the strawberries were mushy when I got home. Like, there was one of them, blue fuzzy strawberries on the bottom that you should not ever have in your strawberries. And I took it back, and Kroger gave me a new thing of strawberries. No questions asked, just, hey man, go get some new strawberries and are bad. Alright, so we're gonna cut into this pepper. Like I said, this one might go a little bit long. I haven't made a video anyway in a while, and I know you guys love me, so you want to watch me sit and run my soup cooler for a while. Gonna throw all this stump away. Alright, throw insides away. Now this pepper is, look at that. I mean, it's beautiful inside. It's still crunchy. It crunched. It's not smushy at all. There's no soft spots on it at all. And this is as old as all the other vegetables, so it's kind of cool. Lasted a long time. Alrighty, so we're gonna cut the pepper up. Now, when you cook peppers like this, the skin's probably gonna fall off. Just get over it. It'll be okay. But you want them in some little bite-sized hunky chunks. I said, we're going to be boiling the snot out of this. Well, actually not boil. We want to bring it to a boil, and then we want to turn it down and simmer it. Now, conversely, if say, like, you don't want to eat this till tomorrow, what you could do is you could take all this stuff that we're doing now, you can just throw it in the crock pot on high overnight, and it'll be ready in the morning. Or while you go to work or whatever you're doing, that is not involving you being at home. Not judging. Don't know what you do when you're not home. That's your business, not mine. Alrighty. So we'll get this. Alright, plug your ears for a second. It's going to be loud. It's going to be grinding some stuff in the garbage disposal. Oh yeah, baby. Some little Coryisms, I guess. Things to know, help you out. You know, like you can buy those little pellets that you throw down in the garbage disposal. You don't have to do that. You can take a couple of tablespoons of bleach and just pour it, or maybe even half a cup of bleach and just pour it in your garbage disposal. Let it sit for a little while, and then hit it up on the grind and hot water it down, and that'll get rid of the stink in your garbage disposal. You can also, like, say you've been grinding up, which you're not supposed to put meat down the garbage disposal. I didn't know if you knew that, but don't put meat down the end or fat. No, it's bad. It clogs your pipes, just like it clogs your arteries in your body. Don't do that. But if you do happen to throw like a bunch of weird crap down there, and you notice your garbage disposal is not working as well as it used to, you can take like a couple big handfuls of ice and just throw that in there. Put that sucker on and just make all kinds of noise, and it's gonna clean out your garbage disposal. And then throw some bleach in there to make it smell good. Or you can dump any kind of cleaner down there. Doesn't really matter. Alright, my hands are sort of dry, so I'm gonna throw a little paprika in there. I'm gonna say about a tablespoon. Come on, baby. Alright, about a tablespoon of paprika. Just to give it some nice healthy red color. It'll bring out some of the red in our vegetables. Now, salt in soup. You have to be careful with salt in soup. Some people love salt. They just salt everything. But the problem is if you put too much salt in your soup, you can't take it out. It's like when you accidentally say something stupid in front of your girlfriend or your mom, and you can't, like, and you get slapped because you weren't supposed to say that. So you can't. Same with salt. You don't want to put too much in there. You can always add salt, and if people like salt, they can put their own salt in their soup, but you don't want to put too much in there. So I'm going to go about 2 teaspoons. And the only reason I do it that little is because I know most people will salt their food without tasting it first anyway, so I don't want to be the one that causes your blood pressure to go higher, so I'm just going to put a little bit in there. I don't know what it is about these little seltzer waters, but they are delicious. When I was a kid, I probably would have spit that back in your face and said, what the hell are you trying to feed me? But now, pretty tasty. Alright, since I don't actually have any live garlic, I'm going to do some garlic salt. Again, it's salt, so I'm just going to go about a teaspoon because I already have salt in there. That's empty, so that's recyclable. Try to recycle as much as you can. Well, what was that note? Oh, probably telling me that I'm over my time and my thing doesn't work anymore. Right. Marjoram is a good spice to put in soups, especially meat soups, but since this is a veggie soup and we're not sure, we didn't cook the veggies first. If I cooked the veggies, I would cook some margarine in there with the olive oil, but I didn't, so I'm just going to throw marjoram in it, right on in there. Cumin, this is whole cumin right here. So these will get stuck in your teeth, or people's teeth. They'll float around in the soup, but I'm going to throw just a little bit, like a teaspoon in there, just because it's very flavorful. And it gives the soup a little bit of, like, oh, better watch out, you might get that stuck in your teeth. You know, so. Alright, some sweet basil. Oh, yeah, we like basil. Basil is not a super strong spice, so we're going to do a pretty good amount of basil here. About a tablespoon. Like Rachel was telling me, one of the things about cooking that she likes about my cooking is I know how to use the spices. And it's like, it's not necessarily knowing how to use the spices. It's just knowing like what spices go good with what. Now this is coriander. Coriander is not too strong, but mine's getting kind of old. But it tastes really good in soup. I don't know why. It's one of the things that you would put these ground coriander seeds, you'd put this in potato soup, and it really brings out the, well, pretty much any cream soup. I don't know why, but it's very good. Turmeric, because it stains, I'm not going to dump into my hand. If I can get the damn bottle open, okay. But yeah, this will stain your hands orange or yellow, so I'm just going to put that directly in there. Now, when you see when you add spices to a hot liquid and the steam is starting to come off of it and you have a dry spice, it's going to make little coagulated balls in your stuff. So you want to be up off of it enough that maybe the steam isn't getting there, or like you saw me, dump it in my hand and throw it in there. That way your spices don't get all congealed and globby and crunchy and sad, and you don't like that. Alright, pepper. I like pepper, about a teaspoon of pepper. I already put oregano in there? I could have swore I put oregano in there. Maybe I didn't. Maybe I just said oregano and I didn't actually put it in there because I don't remember putting it oregano. Matter of fact, I just bought this oregano, so I know I didn't put any oregano. Again, oregano, not a super strong spice, so you can... Ooh, it smells really good, but it's not really strong. You can put just a little bit of that in there. You don't have to go all crazy on it. Some thyme. Again, about a teaspoon of thyme. My thyme's kind of, it's not ground thyme, so it's still pretty big chunky pieces. So put that in there. Yes, when I was a younger kid, I'm ashamed to say, tried to smoke every spice in the spice rack. I would not suggest ever doing that. But I was an idiot when I was in high school, so. Alright, parsley. Parsley is awesome in soup. Parsley, look at that pile of parsley. We're going to put like 2 tablespoons of parsley in there. We're just going to grind that all up. Bam! Alright, so our water's starting to come to a boil. So the time it took me to run my lips and get all this stuff ready, which I know I'm over my 20-minute limit because I normally try to make these videos 20 minutes long. But I wasn't exactly prepared. I wanted to show you guys like how you can use the vegetables that aren't exactly fresh. So that's why I cut them up. Normally I would try to have that stuff cut up before I start the video, but you know, whatever, things happen. Anyway, so let's take a look at what we've created over here and see how it's coming along. Oh yeah, I'm almost at 30 minutes. Ooh. So here's our boiling pot of yumminess. So it's come to a hard boil. Now we want to tone it down a little bit because we're not trying to kill the vegetables. We just want them to simmer a little bit. So see, we're going to turn it down. Turn down, simmer down, simmer down now, simmer down. It's another Saturday Night Live. When Saturday Night Live was good and they didn't just make fun of Trump all the time, which is annoying. Alright. But as you can see, the spices are starting to float. The veggies are all kind of making their little happiness go around. And the chicken stock has started to break up. And the little pieces are starting to separate, so I'm going to give this a stir here. Those little guys, I don't feel them down there. They might still be down there solid. I'm going to take a few little sample scoopers out of here, and nope, I don't see any. So what we're going to do, we're going to put a lid on this. Now if you don't have a lid that you can tilt, you want one with a little hole in it. See, little hole? It's a hole. It's like a peep sight. Alright, so you put that on there, and what it does is it allows some of the steam to escape, so it's not likely to overboil as much. And you want the heat to be revolving around the soup, but if you leave the lid on tight, a lot of times what happens is your soup will get sour. So you either want to tilt your lid if you don't have it, if you don't have a hole in it, or get one with a hole. I don't know why. I've never figured out why it does that, but you can tell the difference. Like if you make the same exact soup recipe and you don't crack the lid, or you don't leave some way for the air to circulate in, it doesn't taste the same. I don't know why. Can't tell you. That's one of those mysteries of the science and art that I don't know. But anyway,